I hope we get more people. So keep working on this baby blanket. Really got to fix my posture. Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well this evening. It's about 8:30ish last I looked at the clock. We are crocheting a green and silver colored baby blanket tonight. What's everybody else crocheting? I should probably edit the chat so I can actually see it. All messages coming in. There we go. Okay. For some reason, it defaults to top chat instead of live chat. I don't want top chat. I want to see everything. Except nonsense. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live. Hit the subscribe button. And join me as I crochet many things. Right, just about to switch colors. If I can get my hook head through the stitch. And we're turning. Isn't that pretty so far? Okay, silver. Silver color, we're almost out. I'm gonna have to tie on another ball soon. All right, let me just check this real quick. Chain one, single crochet. Okay. And then I like to crochet over the ends and carry it up the side so I don't have a million ends to weave in. 2, 3, skip 3, double crochet, boop, boop. 4, 5. Hello. 3. How are you tonight? Three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really happy this stitch is not eating as much yarn as I thought it would, which means I can make this blanket bigger than I originally thought. 3, 4, 5. This is about how much we have left of the silver, and then I'm going to tie on another ball because I bought a lot of it. 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. So, is anybody watching this also crocheting? Tell me about it. I don't know, I'm new to this whole live streaming thing. 4, 5. Do, ba-do, 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 do, do, do. I am singing to myself. Do, 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 do. I'm sitting here and talking to myself because nobody's in the chat yet. God, I really gotta fix my posture. 3, 4. I am crocheting a baby blanket. 3, Thank you for liking the live. I'm from Pennsylvania. I do not have any biological children. But my friends have babies. Hence why I make a lot of baby blankets. Yes, I did make the sweater that I'm wearing. About, when did I make it? 2 years ago. Made it 2 years ago. And I used Lion Brand Ice Cream Roving, which I think has been discontinued, which makes me very sad because it's an incredibly soft, fluffy yarn. It's a very cozy sweater. There's a bit of a draft. Yep, I made it in 2023, over the summer of 2023. Actually, I think I made it on the 4th of July because I had the day off of my day job. Um, well, I'd say yeah. It took me about a day and a half to make, but that's just because I sat there and crocheted all day and didn't do anything else, and I didn't go to work that day. So I was able to just sit and crochet and watch TV for like hours at a time. So if you worked on it only for a short burst of time, a sweater like this would probably take a while longer. But I also crochet really fast sometimes. So this, no, my grandmother made this back in the 1970s, I believe. I inherited it. My grandma was a prolific blanker. What is my favorite thing to crochet? It depends. It changes every so often. Right now, I'm super into baby blankets and baby sweaters, like this one I finished earlier. But it changes day by day. Sometimes I'm really into bandanas, sometimes I'm really into headbands, sometimes I'm into granny squares. I know when I made this over the summer 2 years ago, I was really into making raglan sweaters at the time, and I made like 5. So, but yeah, it changes what I like to make. No, she passed away 20 some odd years ago. I think it was, she passed away in 97 or 96. But during her lifetime, she was a prolific crocheter. Yeah, I was a kid. I was very young, but I was alive. I'm old. I don't remember her, but I have all of her old crochet stuff and all her blankets. I used her hooks for many years. When did I start crocheting? 1999. How old am I now? Old enough. Old enough that I remember hiding my basement on December 31st, 1994. And midnight came and nothing happened. It's not too weird to know how old, to wonder how old people are, but yeah, I'm old enough. I know how to make a collect call on a payphone. Right, we gotta tie on a new color here. Okay, that is not the center pole. It's a bit of both right now. It's a self-funding hobby. I do have a business. I do have an online shop. All that good stuff, but I'm not making a ton of money doing it. This is more like my side hustle and it funds itself. All the money I make doing craft shows and selling things on my online website goes back into buying more yarn for myself and new supplies and other business stuff. All right, magic knot. Whoop. Where did my scissors go? They're all the way over here. Yeah. Snip that bit off. Snip that bit off. And that's how you connect yarn together to make a very secure knot. Hold on. Oh, chat. Come back, chat. Come back, chat. Okay. Any tips for someone trying to sell crochet products? Practice, 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 practice. You're weird. Get out of here. Supposed to be done, yeah. But yes, just practice, practice, practice before you start selling. Then do small local craft shows, stuff like that. That's how I initially got started. I did small craft shows. Oh, I know what it said. I don't want any romance in my chat. Art shows, gallery, pop-up stand. I set up a table at a warehouse that got turned into an indoor farmer's market and went from there. But I do a lot of outdoor shows with like tents and stuff. So I guess you could say pop-up instead of gallery. That's cool. Yeah, I would say start selling locally before you jump into the online sales, just to get an idea of your market and what you'd like mass producing. Like, I know amigurumi plushies are super popular right now, but I don't like making those, so I had to experiment a bit and see what else would actually sell. And lots of home goods and stuff. I know my website, my little dish scrubbies are very popular. And those are like my biggest sellers both online and when I go to in-person shows. Well, if you like making plushies, go for it. The thing is, I don't make the plushies because I don't like doing amigurumi or chenille yarn. If I do amigurumi, I tend to use yarn like this instead of the big plush yarn just because I don't like the big plush yarn. I used to do amigurumi when I was 12, but I didn't really like it. I don't do good with 3D sizing. Headbands and pouches are really good to start. It's always better to start with like flat squares before you jump into the big 3D items. First couple of years of me crocheting when I was young, all I made were squares. I'd make a bunch of squares and sew them together. Right, changing colors. Turning it around. That is looking really good. I love that. That is so nice. You love fashion and want to create looks you see online, Go for it. Yeah, that's fun. I started because I found my grandma's stuff and I was bored. And it's a great way to keep my hands occupied, which is what I really needed when I was younger. Kind of like a fidget toy, but back then we didn't have fidget toys. They just yelled at you to sit still. So here we go. I think I'm finally getting this stitch pattern memorized. Yes, I am a teacher as my day job. And I have been teaching for it'll be 7 years at the end of this school year. As for my crochet business, thank you. Yeah. Never expected to end up in teaching when I grew up, and well, here I've been when I was growing up, and here I've been 7 years teaching. As for my crochet business, it has existed for 2 years. 2 years ago, I started doing craft shows, and then I launched my website almost exactly a year ago this month. Doesn't bring in a lot of money, but it funds crocheting in and of itself. Four. And we have hit the half-hour mark. Woohoo! Posture check. I always end up leaning to one side when I'm crocheting. cat just sneezed. One of them. I have 3. That probably would help. I don't have any pillows handy right now for fixing my posture. It's on the list of things to get. Black cat. I have a black cat too. Guinness. He features in a lot of my videos. I also have 2 tabby cats. One of them is walking around that way, so if the camera starts shaking, it's his fault. Okay. And we're turning. Woohoo. Hi, Rocky. Please don't knock over the camera. I know what you're thinking. Okay, he's walking away. He's a certified big boy, so my tablet will go flying if he tries to jump up on the table I have it propped up on. Rocky. How do I balance work and life? I do not bring my work home with me. If it doesn't get done during my contract hours, it doesn't get done. At least for my day job. So. When I was first teaching, I would spend all my free time doing paperwork outside of work just to get it all done. And now, if it's not done in my contract hours, it's not done. I'm full-time teacher. All day, every day. But, yeah, nope. If it's not done at school, doesn't get done. I do not bring anything school related into my home. It all stays at school. And I don't let anybody guilt trip me about it. So I know that is a thing among my fellow teachers. But can't sacrifice my sanity. Wouldn't be a very good teacher. You gotta find your age group, because that's the kind of teacher I am. Early childhood. And it is very, very draining. But getting that work-life balance in does help. And it helps that I work for a really good school that takes care of its staff. If I were working in anywhere else, I probably would have burnt out a long time ago. I work with infants and young toddlers, but I used to work pre-K. I did pre-K all through the pandemic and a little bit afterwards. And then I actually switched to a younger age group. Yup, infants and toddlers. But I used to do older kids. I had to stop working with older kids after I got COVID because I just could not physically keep up with them. So now I work with babies and toddlers, and they're also hard and fast, but they're a lot smaller. Yeah, the preschool and kindergarten, it's harder these days ever since the pandemic. That age group is just, they're all collectively traumatized. I mean, we as a society are pretty collectively traumatized from that. But you can really see it in that age group. They were all little babies during the height of the pandemic. I'm hoping that in the coming years, now that we're mostly out of the pandemic now, everything will, kids will start mellowing out a bit more and society will start mellowing out a bit more. But I'm glad I was not a child in 2020. Oh yeah, the technology isn't helping either. But just how much of that is also parents have to work longer and harder to keep making ends meet. And then they're tired by the end of the day, probably overstimulated as well from doing at work. And it's just so easy to be like, oh, here's a fun device so that the parents can get a break. It's hard on everybody. And technology, it's turned them into little screen addicts going through withdrawal whenever they don't have their technology. And I think also the push of academics way too early. I think kindergartners and preschoolers should still be playing most of the day instead of sitting there learning and doing worksheets and stuff. Like, kids learn so much through play. Like when I was a kid, kindergarten still had nap time and you played most of the day. Now it's like second grade. Recreational skill. Yeah, it definitely needs a balance. Now it's all about STEM. That was starting when I was a kid. Less about the physical things and more about the science, the technology, and all that. I think my graduating class, we were the last ones to have wood shop in my district. Oh yeah, it's definitely trying to churn out more office workers, which is a nightmare to me. I would not be able to survive an office job. I can't sit still. Four, 5. Rain is loud. I don't think you can hear it on the live, but I can hear it on my porch. And it is loud and annoying. Well, rain is relaxing. It's just the material the roof of my porch is made out of. It does not sound relaxing. It sounds very annoying. And it echoes really loud. The roof made from, I don't know what the porch roof is made from. I don't know the exact material. I just know that it echoes, makes the rain really loud.
It's aluminum.
Oh, it's aluminum. Thanks. Yeah. It's aluminum, that's why it's loud and annoying. Yep, super loud. Ugh. Shoot, left my tea upstairs. It's fine. 3, 4, 5. What time is it anyway? Jeez, it's getting late for me. Oh gosh, no, this is all that I have. There's no way I could sit here and record for live for the whole time. probably jump off in about 20 minutes to go to bed. So I'm usually in bed by 8:30 and it's like 9:10. There's no way I can get this all done tonight, but I will probably go live again at other times as I finish it, because can't play with my devices if I'm using them to film live. But yeah, no way this is getting done tonight, but I will probably finish it on a live stream. Not this live stream, but one in the future. I do have a deadline though to get it done. This is a first birthday gift for one of the babies in my class, and his birthday is in like 2 weeks. So I have to get this done. Hi, Zuzu. That's another one of my cats. He's a blankie baby. Loves his blankies, which is why I decided to make him a blanket. So he'll be happy. I know I make something for every baby in my class for their birthday. Sometimes a blanket, sometimes a sweater, sometimes a hat. Most of them want blankies. I know we had a baby turn 1 just this past week, and I made her a little sweater, and her mom actually cried when I gave it to them. Felt kind of awkward, to be honest. I don't like it when adults cry around me. Hi, Zuzu. Please don't knock my tablet over. Uh-oh. Zuzu. What are you doing? What are you doing, little girl? Okay, she's sitting down on the table. If it goes splat, it's her fault. Yeah, blankets take a long time, especially full-sized ones. That's why whenever I do blankets, it's usually a baby blanket. They don't have to be as big. I think the biggest blanket I ever made was a throw blanket for my dad for Father's Day 2 years ago. I made him a giant granny rectangle blanket out of yarn he picked out. And it took forever. Alright. Crisis averted. She has walked away, and my tablet is still standing. A 6-hour blanket. Maybe if you use like really thick rope to crochet with. But no. I've definitely seen the 6-day star blanket trend. Which, I don't know, maybe you could do it in 6 days, a throw blanket, but I don't think you could possibly make a king-sized blanket in 1 day. Anything bigger than a throw blanket. I've definitely made a like receiving blanket in a day before, but it was just a basic giant granny square. And those are tiny blankets for like newborns that you drape over car seats. I also eventually, well, I need to make a king size blanket eventually because it's what my brother asked for his wedding as a wedding present. It's a great big king sized granny square blanket, which I have been making about a square a day. I've been slowly connecting them. Hopefully it'll be done in time for the wedding. I have until October. Is he gonna pay me? Of course not. Just a gift. But it's my brother, and I mean, a wedding present. Yeah, that's justification as a free blanket for me, as if it's a wedding present. Nice big heirloom blanket. Maybe. Thank you. Maybe I'll work on it on another live stream sometime. Because again, can't get distracted by your devices when you're using them to live stream. It's kind of like body doubling. Hey, Zuzu. Do you want to actually come up and make an appearance on camera? Nope. She's my camera shy one. And she's scratching the walls. Yeah, Zuzu's my camera shy kitty. Rocky and Guinness always pose whenever I try to take pictures of them. Zuzu runs away. Here's Rocky. Seems like none of them want to join me on live tonight. I know. Hi, Guinness. Guinness crashed my live last week on Saturday. Thinking of... Yeah, it was nice chatting with you too. Have a good night. I'm probably going to jump off in like 15-20 minutes. I've got a good groove going, but I'm also very tired. I don't want to fall asleep on camera like I did in one of my vlogs when I was trying to make a sweater. And I used up so much phone storage because I kept falling asleep mid-clip. Returning! Yay! just me and the Nightbot again. Unless anybody else wants to stay and chat. No weirdos, please. Four, five. End up talking to myself again because there's no one in the chat. Oh well. Cats are running around being crazy, but they won't come join me on camera. Suzu! Hey, Zoopy Zoopy. This is my girl cat. Four, five. Hello, hello. Four, five. How we doing tonight, everybody? Hope everybody watching this is well. Four, five. If you like the live, double tap the screen, hit the subscribe button. It would make me really happy. It would help me out. Everybody left, okay. I'm not gonna say that then. Right, done with this row. On to the next one. Flip. Isn't that pretty? love how this is turning out. Pretty stitch, but it's not eating yarn. We're eating too much yarn. Going to move this over to this corner because every time it wiggles right here, I think it's a message in the chat. Sitting here talking to myself. It's just me and the Nightbot now. And well, it's alright. Me, the Nightbot, and anybody watching the live replay. Thank you for watching the live replay, if that is what you're doing right now. Sitting here making this blanket. Maybe tomorrow night I'll try going live on TikTok or Instagram and see how that goes. Hello, welcome to the live. Hello again, Zuzu. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you're Rocky. This is what happens when you adopt twin kittens that look the same. And the way I can tell them apart is that one has a fluffy tail and one has a skinny tail. Alright, I think I'm going to finish this row and call it a night because I've been live for a little over an hour. And it is way past when I usually go to sleep, so if you got anything to say it now. Nothing weird, please. I already had one weirdo in the chat earlier. Trying to be slick, not realizing I'm multilingual. Oh, a bunch of people just joined. Hello, welcome. Nope, didn't mean to do that. I need to pick that up and switch colors. Alright. Let's just do 2 more rows before I jump off. Isn't that pretty? Love the look of this and how it's turning out. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. 4. Right, at the end of this row for sure, I am going to jump off because I am very tired and this hook is very hypnotic. And my camera battery is dying. 3, 4, 5. to all the people that just joined. I do hope you are all having a good night. That's a half double crochet. I want a double crochet. There we go. Much better. Okay, getting down to the last few stitches before I jump off. One, two, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sight fired. Hate when that happens. Two, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. We got a lot of this done tonight. Unfortunately, sorry to the one guy that just joined, but I am going to jump off of live now because it's about 9:30 and I'm very tired. So thank you for watching this, especially if you are watching the recap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post. I post a long form vlog every other Saturday. I think I'm going to start going live every Saturday. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow afternoon, not morning. Y'all don't want to know me in the morning. It's a mess. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, bell icon, be notified every time I post. I think that's it. You can buy things that I have crocheted on my website, smallpinecrafts.square.site, linked in the description. I'm a Premier Yarns yarn affiliate, so if you use the link in my description to buy the yarn that we used in this live stream tonight, I will earn a small commission at no cost to you. And I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Good night. Now, how do I turn this thing off? That is the cool. There it is, the X button.
How many people did you have?
Stop streaming.